Is AI going too far? Zelda Williams, the daughter of Robin Williams, the famous comedian and actor, best known for his roles in movies like Patch Adams, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Genie from Aladdin, Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society, the list really goes on with Robin Williams. She thinks it has. In fact, she has made a very lengthy post detailing how she thinks AI video generation is going way too far. And to be honest, in some ways I agree with her, but in some ways I actually don't. I'm here to talk about this, to make the case kind of for AI in a world that is becoming increasingly AI dominated, but also increasingly AI fearful. Let's have a discussion. What's up guys, Mike here. For more pop culture content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, let's do it. So today, Zelda Williams did a post across social media talking about the recent trend of AI video generation. A lot of people apparently are sending her videos that they have generated of her late father, thinking that it might bring her some comfort or joy or anything like that. Zelda has finally spoken out, saying the following in a story post. Please stop sending me AI videos of dad. Stop believing I want to see it or that I'll understand. I don't and I won't. If you're just trying to troll me, I've seen way worse. I'll restrict you and move on. But please, if you've got any decency, just stop doing this to him and to me, to everyone, full stop. It's dumb, it's a waste of time and energy, and believe me, it's not what he'd want. Okay, so already she is very anti this idea of AI generated videos, which I think is completely fair. I mean, I think it's kind of disrespectful to generate an AI video of someone's father and then bombard them with messages containing those videos. Of course, there is the fact that Robin Williams was a beloved celebrity. Many people miss him and are sad still to this day that he passed away. But Zelda is making her feelings quite clear. She goes on, to watch the legacies of real people be condensed down to this vaguely looks and sounds like them, so that's enough, just so other people can churn out horrible TikTok slop, puppeteering them is maddening. You're not making art, you're making disgusting, overprocessed hot dogs out of the lives of human beings, out of the history of art and music, and then shoving them down someone else's throat, hoping they'll give you a little thumbs up and like it. Clearly, she's very concerned and also distressed about this trend of reawakening or reanimating celebrities using AI. It is quite an incredible tool. I mean, I've seen similar videos like this surfacing online over the last year or so, including videos that have been generated of Paul McCartney and John Lennon together in their old age, or even something like Steve Irwin's kids in their current age interacting with their dad. And to be honest, I do think it is kind of creepy doing this. And Zelda Williams has one more kind of gripping take on this. She says, for the love of everything, stop calling it the future. AI is just badly recycling and regurgitating the past to be reconsumed. You are taking in the human centipede of content, and from the very end of the line, all while the folks at the front laugh and laugh, consume and consume. Of course, there she is referencing a disturbing horror film from the early 2010s called The Human Centipede. I won't talk much about it here, but if you look up anything about this movie, you will understand the analogy that she is trying to make, and it is quite a graphic one.
The human centipede.
And I feel like when it comes to AI, we are at this point of no return. Like, the idea that all of this stuff can so quickly just be generated by anyone online with a prompt, yeah, probably is damaging. And to be honest, in some ways, I think Zelda Williams is completely right about this. But I also kind of understand why people are curious and want to create these kinds of things. Other examples I've seen online is the old cast of Harry Potter interacting with the new cast of Harry Potter. And at the same time, it's hard to put past the fact that Hollywood is kind of doing stuff like this. I mean, we have seen AI reconstructions of characters, whether it be de-aging them or actually bringing people essentially back to life. I'm pretty sure this was done in the recent Alien movie. I'm pretty sure Star Wars has done this with some characters, as well as James Earl Jones' iconic voice being used as Darth Vader, even though he has died. But Zelda Williams' point is really strong. What is the future of AI for us at this point of essentially no return? And who are the real winners here? Us, who are consuming this cheap entertainment, or the tech giants who are raking in billions and billions of dollars and will essentially control the internet for the foreseeable future? I'm not gonna lie, I think there are some good use cases for AI. I think it can really aid in creativity. I think it can really help in thinking and help process information. But at the same time, I acknowledge the hard pitfalls of this kind of software, of large language models, of ChatGPT, of all of this stuff. There are so many serious problems with it. The ethics of this AI generation are so murky, and it's kind of a thing where people can't opt out of this. Like, Robin Williams has no control over people doing this. His daughter has no control of people doing this. I mean, I could AI something right now using ChatGPT, create something out of nothing that does, as Zelda Williams says, like tarnishes the legacy of her father in some way. And I think with her explicitly saying that her father wouldn't want this and she doesn't think it's a good thing, means that we should definitely stop doing it in this instance, and we shouldn't create content like this. And as she points out, it kind of means we get stuck in the past. I mean, I've always thought that if we can AI generate actors and AI reanimate people and all of this stuff, what happens to new people entering the industry? What happens to people who want a new job if there's no jobs available because it's all AI? And I always use this example of Luke Skywalker, the character. Mark Hamill is famous for his role as Luke Skywalker, but one day Mark Hamill will pass away. Like, it's inevitable. We're all going to die. And I guess pre-AI, if someone like Mark Hamill died, if Disney ever wanted to use Luke Skywalker again in live action, they would just have to cast someone new, and we would all have to just like pretend that that's Luke Skywalker, and we'd all have to just accept that that's what it is. And that was kind of just part of what being a human was. But now I think that AI can just recreate that character in the exact image of Luke Skywalker, of Mark Hamill, and that role never becomes available to someone else. It's kind of like with this new Harry Potter TV series coming out, if instead of casting new actors, they just like AI'd the old actors and made them kids again and just did the whole thing in AI. Like, it's good that these roles are opening back up for new people to interpret them, but with this stuff happening, I think we're getting to a point where that's not going to happen anymore. And I think there's another like economical problem there with AI, where people just aren't going to be able to have jobs. People aren't going to get into any jobs, especially acting or anything creative like this. I mean, why would you hire a voice actor or a musician when you can just get AI to do it for you? And in the future, the only people really making money will be people who know how to use AI, people who know how to engineer prompts, people who know how to do all of this stuff. Overall, I think it's really important for people like Zelda Williams to make a stand like this because it is so deeply personal to her, and I think that she actively is saying she doesn't want this to continue. Of course, she has really no power to stop this. I mean, the onus kind of is on the companies like OpenAI and other AI companies to stop images like this from being able to be generated, but I think that could be pretty difficult to do in the long term. And this is a really jarring issue for me. I mean, I do use AI. I use ChatGPT a lot, usually for like idea generation and to help get my thoughts sort of played back to me, and for just basic questions I have. But I do understand that generating art, or art in inverted commas, is probably a negative for the long term, and I'm really interested to see the ramifications of this as life continues moving on in this weird direction. Whew, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hey, I would be really curious to know your thoughts on this. Like, what are your thoughts on what Zelda Williams is saying? Do you think there's no harm in generating images, videos of Robin Williams and other stuff like that, or do you think there is harm? Like, I mean, like I said, I'm not sure what the answer is here. This is more of a discussion starter video, so I'd love to get the convo started below. If you like this video, I do all kinds of pop culture coverage on this channel, and I would love for you to subscribe. And if you like this video, YouTube thinks you might like this one right here. But if you just want to watch a bunch of my other videos, I have a whole playlist right here for you. But that's pretty much it from me for now. My name's InRadioMike. This has been The Inside of My Mind, and I'll catch you later.